And stepping into centre ring is the slaughter man from South Australia. They call him Matt Rollins. He's 27 years old, a big leg kicker from the crow-eating state. And he's fought some of the toughest kickboxers in Australia, Matt Rollins. Mark the Hammer Castanini has fought some of the big names, hasn't he?
Certainly has, Michael. He certainly has. He's a full-time athlete over there in the sunny state of SA, training with Master Joe here, who also has a Kung Fu school over there. Fought the likes of Ethan Shep, fought him to a draw in 1995, and who will ever forget Mac's axe kick knockout of Andrew Whitehead, also in South Australia. So we're expecting big things of Matt Rollins all the way from South Australia here tonight.
Yes, what a phenomenal axe kick knockout that was that we saw. And stepping into centre ring is a real awesome specimen indeed, the Ivan Drago of kickboxing. They call him the Beast, Ilaz Elshani. This man, we saw him on the last Fox Sports kickboxing promotion, the last Tarek Solak promotion against Tibor Vermez. He possesses some of the hardest leg kicks I have seen on any fighter ever. I mean, this man's got lethal legs. He can chop down a man higher than him, shorter than him, you name it. He's coming off a loss against Tibor Vermez in June, but his manager, Porter McCauley, says that the Beast is back with a vengeance here tonight and looking to do some real damage on Matt Rollins.
Well, all the way from the army of Albania is Ilaz Elshani, and he's come down from Queensland, now residing in Melbourne and training under the auspices of Johnny Sheeter out there at Sunshine. We're expecting big things from Ilaz, and we'll see how he goes against Matt Rollins here tonight.
Let's go to the man in the white coat and the red bow tie, Howard Lee.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our semi-main event. It's showtime on the challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an international contest. International rules set at light heavyweight. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome on my left, occupying the red corner, trained by the king of South Australian mentors, Mr. Joe Ip. He comes from Hampstead Gardens, South Australia. He is 26 years of age with a record of 9 wins, 2 draws and 4 losses, scaling 78.70 kilograms, wearing gold trunks with red trim, Muay Thai. Would you welcome Matt, the gentleman, Rollins, Matthew Rollins in the red corner. Across the ring, occupying the blue corner, Paul DeMacaulay, John Sheeter, Gordon Dawson, Ultimate Kickboxing. He is the pride of Albania, now based in Deer Park, Victoria, scaling 78.75 kilograms, with a record of 8 wins, 2 losses, dubbed the Beast, wearing mauve trunks with red and gold. Would you welcome Ilaz Elshani? Elshani. This bout scheduled 5 rounds. The referee in charge, Mr. Bryce Douglas.
Okay, gentlemen, I spoke to you about the rules. Listen to my commands at all times. When I tell you to stop, I expect you to stop. If I tell you to break, you break clean. Do you understand that? You touch gloves now and in the last round, and defend yourselves at all times. Good luck.
All is in readiness for our semi-main event between the Beast, the human skyscraper, Ilaz Elshani, and from South Australia, the slaughterhouse, Matt Rollins.
Well, you can expect to see some big leg kicks coming out from Ilaz Elshani. Also, quite tidy hand techniques. He's a big puncher. He may opt and just take Matt by surprise and go for those big hands tonight instead of taking his leg kicks out. Matt Rollins, of course, a southpaw, could also throw Ilaz out.
Elshani lines up big left round kick, goes downstairs. This man, shins of steel, Ilaz Elshani. And there those slapping leg kicks again. Chance of Ilaz. Reverberate across Elisa receptions here in Northcote, Melbourne.
Rollins is opting to fight orthodox and mix it up with Ilaz, his own stance, but Ilaz switching up, taking the inside and outside of Matt Rollins' leg. It's an interesting revelation here tonight.
For a super middleweight, Elshani is just so tall and such an imposing figure. Going downstairs, an inside leg kick. One too many of those will take the starch right out of Matt Rollins.
You see that Matt is really looking at Ilyas's legs now. He's looking a bit worried about the power. We see the boys going to grapple and working the knees in underneath.
Elshani, of course, came to Australia from Albania, where he served in the Albanian Army. A knee to the midsection drops Matt Rollins.
It's actually, I think it might have snuck up and got him in the face there, Michael.
Yes, might have just got him under the jaw there. Matt Rollins dazed, wobbled in the first round. Elshani's come out on a mission. As we said, coming off a loss, he wants to stamp his authority on this bout with a knockout win. Matt Rollins in bother over against the ropes. Elshani knees to the head, ties him up.
Elshani is just grabbing the head, taking control of Matt Rollins' body and just using it like a rag doll and going to work with his knees there. Looking very comfortable and focused tonight is Ilaz Elshani.
He's just such an imposing figure, Ilaz Elshani, really stamping his authority on that first round with those knees and those chopping leg kicks.
Well, after his shock loss to Tibor, here we go to the replay. We'll look at the replay now. See Matt Rollins trying to take control, but he just grabs the head and goes to work. And there you see that left knee just catching Matt to the side of the face where that red welt has now appeared. We can get there looking at it on camera, but that was what took its toll and took him down.
Second round of action, I'm sensing this one won't go the distance. A great, huge red welt on the inside left thigh of Matt Rollins at the moment. The beast, Ilaz Elshani, on a demolition mission. Goes downstairs, then one upstairs, chopping away at Matt Rollins, who's in trouble again, over in the red corner. Elshani getting those knees right up to the head.
Matt Rollins really has to tie Ilaz up, not give him any room to work those knees underneath. Ilaz grabs his head, takes the control of the neck and the head, and then just works his body weight against him. And that's what Matt Rollins has to tie up as well, not just drop his hands or try and work the body at that stage.
Elshani ties him up again, not working the knees this time. Rollins' legs have been tenderised so far. Elshani just chops away. There's one to the lead leg again. Slams that one into the ribs of Matt Rollins.
Matt Rollins will be a little too tentative here. He has to take it right up to Ilaz.
Our semi-main event of this Tarak Solak promotion, it's a happening. Ilaz Elshani against South Australia's Matt Rollins. Pride on the line here for Ilaz Elshani.
Ilaz has left his big leg kicks at home somewhat tonight and has opted just to go over the grapple and work those knees in underneath and try his hand at the boxing, which is doing quite well. There you see a big whipping leg kick being executed perfectly.
Couple of successive leg kicks to the rear of the right thigh of Matt Rollins. They send a shiver down your spine, I can tell you that. Ilaz Elshani really doing a number on the South Australian at the moment. Goes downstairs with the leg kicks again. Rollins moves in close. Elshani ties him up.
But Rollins has absolutely huge welts on the inside and outside of his thighs. They're certainly going to give him a bit of grief when he gets out of the ring here tonight.
I'm sore just looking at those welts. That's the end of the second round of action, and another good one for the beast, Mark.
Certainly was, Michael. Ilaz's shins must be like razors to do that much damage in such a short amount of time. He must have freakish power, and his shin bones will certainly be creating a bit of havoc on the old thigh muscle of Matt Rollins. You see Joe Whipp, Matt Rollins' trainer, icing Matt's thighs in the corner here, going to work on him. So Ilaz is looking at a picture of concentration and just thinking about what he's going to have to be doing in this next round. We'll see Ilaz going to work high and low, whips in the low round kick, and he comes in, works the body. Tried to go for the grapple. Here he goes, grabs the head and slams that knee in. All he needs is an opening and one of those knees to connect. And that'll certainly be the end of the fight, I can tell you.
Matt Rollins receiving some advice there from his trainer, Joe Whipp. Ilaz Elshani is a man of few words, really. Lets his fists and feet do all the talking for him. Goes hunting. That big left round kick has stunned Matt Rollins again at the beginning of the round. Rollins in all sorts of bother. Elshani goes goes in for the kill, slapping in with that left leg. Ties Rollins up, going for the knee to the head, caught him to the side of the jaw.
We said, see Matt trying to box while Ilaz has the grapple on, and that's probably not the thing he should be doing, because he's just leaving his face and his upper body exposed, and Ilaz is just whipping those knees right up.
Elshani, the human skyscraper, he is one dangerous customer. And Matt Rollins in a lot of bother at the moment. Another inside leg kick to the lead leg by Elshani. Rollins returns one of his own.
Ilaz certainly has a height and reach advantage here.
Elshani ties him up again, tries to drill those knees to the midsection. They'll take the starch right out of you. And so far in this fight, Matt Rollins has taken more knocks to the front door. Elshani plants him with the left hand, goes downstairs with a left leg kick. Another crushing knee to the midsection by Elshani.
Just not enough conviction from Matt Rollins. He needs to really power in a lot more with those techniques. He's putting his jabs in and his right hands, but he's got to just put them in with a little bit more mustard. They're just not powerful enough to even worry Ilaz. And then he's just negating that and then countering with the grapple, working his knees in.
Elshani, just such a cool customer, and Rollins at the moment looks totally overawed by the power that he's been the receiving end of.
No doubt that Matt Rollins is fit. Looks a picture of fitness, but he's just got to get a little bit more strength behind his technique. He's got to throw those punches and jabs, step into them just a little bit more, get a little bit more power behind.
Ilaz lines up the big left round kick at the end of the third round of action, and another one in the bag for the beast, Mark.
Well, I'd have to say Ilaz is just looking too comfortable. And on my scorecard, he's well and truly ahead. Matt Rollins is going to need to pull something out here big time to salvage this fight. But he doesn't look at all comfortable with the grappling. Ilaz is just coasting along when it comes to the tie grappling and working those knee techniques. He's got very sharp shins and knees, and you can certainly bet that they'll be taking a toll on Matt Rollins. Dr. Peter Lewis is now in the corner with Matt Rollins, just seeing if he's okay. Of course, the fighter's safety is always paramount, and he's just giving him the quick once over, checking him out, making sure that he's okay to continue.
And Dr. Peter Lewis just taking a look at the welt that's under the right eye of Matt Rollins as we get into the fourth round of action.
Matt Rollins' right eye is now almost closed, and I'd say that's as a result of that knee earlier on.
Elshani lining up the knees to the head again, going after that trouble spot of Matt Rollins.
You can bet that Elshani will be working the right side of Matt Rollins, because that's obviously going to be Matt's blind side. So Elshani will be trying to attack that, possibly with a left hook or a left knee.
Elshani just stings out the front kick off the lead leg. Rollins just trying to figure out how he can overcome the beast. So many hurdles this man presents. Another beautiful front kick off the lead leg by Elshani.
Well, Elshani's now switching up with those kicks and whipping in his left leg. And that could well be to take advantage of the swollen right eye of Matt Rollins, because obviously his vision out of that right eye is not going to be too good.
Get back.
Elshani continues to tie Rollins up and look for that goodnight Irene knee to the head. They tie up in centering. Elshani with the left knee, trying to work it up to the jaw. That one caught him flush on the nose.
Stop. Step back.
What a courageous effort by Matt Rollins, though. He's really standing there and taking a lot of punishment. Could even have some problem there with his cheekbone, the way his eyes flared up. But he's still giving it a shake and still giving it his all. And you can only take your hat off to someone who does that, because it's easy to knock people, but it's harder to get in there and walk the walk.
Elshani has inflicted all sorts of damage on him so far, but Rollins is still there.
Stop.
You feel that he's right for the picking at the moment, though.
Step back. Wait.
Elshani finishes the round with another high left round kick. The end of round 4, the Beast on a demolition mission, Mark the Hammer.
Certainly, Elshani has from the first bell, has always looked composed and always looked very aggressive, and landed his techniques with a lot of conviction right from the start. And that's probably what took Matt Rollins by surprise. See the fighters going to grapple here. Ilaz a lot more comfortable. There you see the left knee whipping it up around into that eye area. Once again, it's taken a lot of punishment here tonight, and that's going to be causing him some concern. But Ilaz is very comfortable with that left knee of his, and he can get that straight up to a fighter's head without any stress at all. Once again, the fighter and the centre referee looking at Matt Rollins, just making sure that he's going to be okay to continue. And they have to assess whether that's going to be worthwhile or not.
That's the end of the fight. The corner of Matt Rollins have said they don't want to continue anymore. He's taking so much punishment from Ilaz Elshani, and that's a technical knockout to the Beast. Mark the Hammer, we just have a look at the Beast walking over to the corner of Matt Rollins. A great show of sportsmanship, and Matt Rollins in his corner looking in all sorts of bother.
Matt Rollins' eye certainly cause for concern. It could even be a fractured cheekbone from one of those roundhouse knees to the face. And what can I say? That's just courageous effort by Matt Rollins to keep going and you know, give it his best. And you can only respect someone for giving it a red-hot go. And Matt Rollins, all the way from South Australia, really gave it his best shot. Here we see that knee again, whipping right up, one, and he'll chamber and counter it again. And here we see it just about to be chambered, bang. That's probably what did the damage. And then just to add insult to injury, he's thrown that left hook over the top and worked the knee in once again. So that really caused Matt just too much problem tonight, and it'd be best to go and have a look at it and come back to fight another day.
Let's go out to our ring announcer, Howard Lee.
Thank you, Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Bryce Birtwistle, in consultation with ringside physician Dr. Peter Lewis, stopped the bout. End of round 4, which congratulate the winner, Ilaz the Beast Elshani. And ladies and gentlemen, one big round of applause for Mr. Courage, Matthew Rollins from Hampstead Gardens, South Australia. Adam from Lava, would you come in the centre ring, please? Adam from Lava. Matthew, come across. Joe Ip and referee Bryce Birtwistle talked to Dr. Lewis, and were you prepared to go on, Matthew, or are you happy about that? Not happy, but you accepted that decision to call it off at the end of round 4?
I was ready to go on with it, but, well, you know, I think my heart's a bit bigger than my brain, but he got me a lot of shots. I can't say he didn't. I can't make excuses. I came here to fight. I was fit. I was ready. I'd heard a lot about him, but there you go. You know, he caught me with a lot of kicks, a lot of knees. I felt I might have been able to go the distance, but I guess everybody feels that me taking that amount of punishment just isn't wise for me fighting and further on in my career. And hey, maybe it is wise, you know, but I have to abide by their decision, and that's it.
Thanks for being so gracious. Matthew Rollins, what a good sportsman he is. Ilaz, you worked 4 rounds, you tried some new techniques, and good to get back in the winner's circle after losing to Tibor Vermes last time out.
Yeah, I lost last time I lost because I've been overseas for 2 months. I didn't train for ages, but I'm now back. Thanks John Skeeter for training me. Thanks all people who come to watch, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
The Beast, Adam from Lava, thank you very much for your great support. Sam, good on you, Sam, and your trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, give Matthew Rollins and the Beast, Ilaz Elshani, a big round of applause as they leave centre ring. Don't go away, because our main event is coming right